The Dark Matter of Mona Starr by Laura Lee Gullidge. Mona Starr is a bit of a loner. When her best and only friend moves away, life just gets even more lonely and difficult. The dark matter, as she calls it, is always there, feeding her negative thoughts and even making her sick. When her counselor suggests that she studies this matter, she begins a visual journal, illustrating her thoughts and feelings in pictures and words. This logical approach actually begins to make sense to her, but is it enough to actually make her feel better? So this book is part story, part mental health guide, and it kind of just shows Mona's journey as she's trying to figure out what she's dealing with and try to understand the anxiety and depression that she's experiencing as she speaks with her friends and talks with her counselor. And this book, I think, is really helpful just in the fact that the illustrations are so phenomenal. It helps someone that maybe doesn't understand what these things might feel like to gain a better understanding of what it could feel like to experience some of these mental health issues. It's also great for someone who is experiencing it themselves, or if you know someone that's experiencing some of these things. You can see here the illustrations are just amazing, kind of showing what Mona is feeling like as she's illustrating and writing down her thoughts in her journal. The other great thing about this book is that in the back there is actually a self-care plan, which would be helpful for anyone that's dealing with some of these things or just experiencing any type of stress, just to get some tips and ideas for how you can take care of yourself on a daily and weekly basis, just to be your best self, especially during these really stressful times. So that is The Dark Matter of Mona Starr. The next book I'm going to talk to you about is called Guts by Raina Telgemeier. And this book is written more for the middle grade readers or younger readers. And it's also written in graphic novel format, so it's a really quick read. And it's also about a main character who is dealing with some major stresses, mental health issues, anxiety, and also stomach problems. So you may have heard of this book already. Raina Telgemeier is pretty popular. But if you haven't, this is kind of similar to the first book, but like I said, written for younger readers, unless you're like me and you like to read any books. So the main character, Raina, is named after the author because this is something that actually happened to her. It's kind of telling a story of her life. Is experiencing stress because she suffers from intense stomach issues. And these issues are the type of issues that cause her to run from a room in the middle of a presentation because she has to go to the bathroom. Or the type of issues that means that she has this strong aversion to different types of food or trying to eat different types of food. And this is causing her major stress. But then to make matters worse, she has to deal with normal school problems like giving presentations and trying to make friends and getting along with her classmates. And it seems that her classmates are really into bathroom humor, which really doesn't help with the gross out factor. So she's struggling to deal with all of these things, and it gets to the point where she even has to leave school for a bit because it just becomes too much. What I liked about this book is that it's similar to the first book in that some of the pictures just really illustrate what it might feel like to experience some of these symptoms. So if you see here, she's dealing with some intense feelings, and it kind of illustrates what that feels like to her, which kind of helps you get a better understanding of what that might be like for somebody, or what it's like for you. The other thing that I really liked was that the main character, Raina, uses art or drawing comics in particular to it's kind of a way that it just is something that brings her peace and helps her feel a little bit more calm. So I thought that was an interesting connection between the two books, and that both the main characters use art to kind of deal with some of these things they're dealing with. So this is Guts by Raina Telgemeier.